the latest. Now, in fact, in the latest, videos of an Indian students being handcuffed and pinned to the ground at the Newark Airport in the United States before being deported sparked massive outrage, even as tensions continue to brew in the United States over immigration. Now, more visuals have emerged showing the harsh treatment being meted out to the student, who is heard asserting that the authorities were bent upon declaring him mentally unfit. According to a witness who recorded this video, the student appeared to be in distress and was crying as the Port Authority police officials restrained him. As of now, there is no confirmation if the said individual has left Newark or has arrived in India. Aditya continues to be with us on the broadcast. Aditya, the Indian student video of being handcuffed and being belittled by the state officials has now sparked massive outrage. Disturbing visuals have come in the parts of the US, Newark, and right now it is also being widely circulated across the social media platforms. How exactly is this also yielding a response from the MEA in India?
Well, absolutely. I mean, so far, if you see, the Indian consulate in New York has reacted to this and has written on its on the social media platform X that the welfare of all the Indian nationals is of utmost importance to us, and currently, as per the SOP, all the follow up is being done. But at this juncture, the state on which this Indian national was handled is being widely criticized, because we have seen earlier also when several Indians were deported from the US, the conditions in which they were deported from the United States were questioned because all of them were handcuffed, and so this is another incident that has come to light from the United States under this Trump administration as to how are they handling the foreign nationals, because they are hard the policy of their immigration. Now it needs to be seen. So far the MEA is yet to respond on this issue, and it needs to be seen from here on how the entire incidents, but the course of events are followed in this case. Yes, Simran.
All right, Aditya. Now stay on with us, as the Indian consulate in New York has stated that they have got in touch with the authorities in the United States, stating that it remains committed to the welfare of the Indian nationals. This is a statement that the Indian consulate in New York has issued. What does this also mean for the person who has been seen in the visuals being detained and handcuffed by the US state officials, Aditya?
Well, Simran, if you see, the person who has been handcuffed and manhandled by the U.S. authorities, now is faces a crisis situation, because this Trump administration has been very hard on the immigration stance, but now since the Indian consulate has taken this matter up with the with the United States authorities. It needs to be seen, how the authorities respond to this, or will the boy, who was manhandled by the U.S. authorities, get some relief or not? What happens with him the next? Will he be? What were the reasons as to why he was? As per some reports, the U.S. authorities have manhandled him because he was mentally unwell. So, but now, more things are yet to be ascertained at this hour. It needs to be seen from where he is, and since when he has been staying in the United States, and has he been with his family or not? These all needs to be seen, and accordingly the turn of events is expected in this case. Simran.
All right, Aditya, thank you very much for sharing these latest details. And now we are moving forward with the other developments, where Russia has hit Ukraine overnight with its largest drone attack since the start of the war, causing some damage at the military airfield in the west of the country that was one of the main targets. It was the latest in the Russian onslaught since Ukraine destroyed a number of Russian bombers in drone attacks on the air bases deep inside Russia earlier this month. Aditya continues to be with us on the broadcast. Russia has launched the biggest drone attack on Ukraine, and this is once again in the latest of the ongoing battle that is causing massive damage and has been causing massive damage at the military airfields at both the nations. But when we talk about Ukraine, this is the one of the recent attacks that have caused heavy damage in Ukraine, in Kyiv. What more details are you picking up, Aditya?
Well, absolutely. This was expected by Russia, since in its Operation Spiderweb, Ukraine launched a massive drone attack on Russia, reportedly in which the 41 aircraft, fighter aircraft of Russia were destroyed, So, this was in pipeline, and, Vladimir Putin had also called a special meeting, to discuss, how could Ukraine, do such a major drone attack on Russia. So, at this juncture, if you see the Russia-Ukraine war, this tit-for-tit retaliation is continuing, and it is expected to continue in the times to come, because so far mediation attempts by Trump have failed. And now even the European Union is considering to sanction Russia, to impose 50% sanctions on Russia. So now the entire situation is complex, and this war is seeing no end. So at this juncture, it seems that a major escalation is taking place in the Eastern Europe, where it is a possibility that many Western European countries might also get involved in this war. Yes, Simran.
All right, Aditya, thank you very much for these latest updates that you are sharing with us on the broadcast. And now, in fact, viewers, with more news and updates on the other side, it's time for a short break.